everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Joanna Donnell and today we'll be doing a reading vlog with you. This week I finished this book a couple of days ago, forgot to do an intro, but I read The Fine Print by Lauren Asher and it was popping on Instagram and TikTok, and it was a romance and I just needed and craved a good romance book, so I picked it up at Barnes & Noble. I literally just now decided to do a reading vlog for this book, The Fine Print by Laura Asher. This is the first book in the series. I'm like, why not? I didn't do a video for this week, so I was like, let's do a reading vlog. I just got it today from Barnes & Noble, and basically it's about this guy. His name is Rowan. I can just read the back. I'll read the back. Rowan, I'm in the business of creating fairy tales, theme parks, production companies, 5-star hotels. Everything could be all mine if I renovated Dreamland. My initial idea of hiring Zara was good in theory, but then I kissed her. Things spiraled out of control once I texted her using an alias. By the time I realized where I went wrong, it was too late. People like me don't get happy endings, not when we're destined to ruin them. Zara. After submitting a drunk proposal criticizing Dreamland's most expensive ride, I should have been fired. Instead, Rowan Kane offered me a dream job. The catch? I had to work for the most difficult boss I'd ever met. Rowan was rude and completely off limits, but my heart didn't care, at least not until I discovered his secret. It was time to teach the billionaire that money couldn't fix everything, especially not us. Doesn't that sound good? And I've heard, it's really good, and I watched TikToks about it, so I'm really excited to read it. It is 9 o'clock, and I'm gonna read it before I go to bed, but I'll just continue vlogging it as I read. So, excuse my head wrap. This is my bonnet for tonight. Okay, so I'm on chapter 4 now, and we just met Zara, and we meet her when she comes in late for the all-staff meeting and sits next to Rowan and is making all kinds of noise and kind of being a distraction, and Rowan's kind of like, you're annoying, but also why do I find you so attractive? And she also is kind of bad-mouthing the company right next to him, not knowing that he is one of the Kane brothers. And so it's giving enemies to lovers right now, which is my favorite trope. I'm obsessed with enemies to lovers. So I'm really excited about that. And also we got a backstory about Zara and her ex-boyfriend who cheated on her, as well as her boss who dislikes her because who knows why, but her boyfriend cheated on her with her boss's daughter. So that's some drama. But also I'm thinking that Dreamland is either Six Flags or Disney, but I'm thinking more of Six Flags Disney because it's in Florida. Hi guys, so I just got back home from work and to continue to read The Fine Print for the night. I don't have anything to do, so let's get to reading. I'm on chapter 8, page 57. At first I was like, oh, maybe enemies to lovers, because she was annoyed by him, but I'm thinking it's gonna be more of I hate everyone but you type of book. And I have read a book like that, but it's been a minute. It's been a really long minute since, so I'm really excited to continue to read. So far Rowan's feeling feelings, and so is Zara, and I just love a good romance book. I love those books. I'm really excited to continue. So far, so good. I had to stop and talk to you guys because it literally is talking about Armenia, and we love Armenian representation. And Deanna, I had to tell you because you need to read the book now. Okay, so I'm back. Also, it's been a while. I ate and stuff, but excuse my bonnet and all over his face. So I'm at the part that feelings are rising, sexual tension is happening, and it's giving Pride and Prejudice. And she's also comparing him to Mr. Darcy, which I'm obsessed with Pride and Prejudice, and yeah. really excited. I'm really liking this book so far. She just got into being a creator. All of her stuff, look how he's looking at me. You can't see it, but he's being so rude. Anyways, so basically Zara just got hired to be a creator and is like having these feelings for Rowan, and there's just like a lot of tension and chemistry and like feelings happening right now, and I'm like, my thought right now is like, y'all are at work, are you not scared that someone's gonna see you? Oh my goodness. Like sometimes in books I'm like, how hasn't anyone seen you? And like, also, why are you not thinking about this? I'm here in the library doing some work for the day, and I decided to stay because I brought my book, and I'm just gonna read some more here at the library until I feel like leaving, because this is my happy place and it'll be calm and quiet, hopefully. Sometimes I get a little rowdy in this library, but I'm excited to continue reading this. Okay, so I'm in my car, and two things. One, I got a freaking parking ticket. Yeah, sad. And I'm shocked because I didn't even know they gave out parking tickets. Well, I did, but not for the library area. Anyways, so update on this book. I am on page 200 exactly, like halfway almost through the book. I'm loving it. Rowan is starting to show like his soft side. Also, he's doing some things kind of low-key shady. I feel like that can cause problems later on. And also Zara is kind of like, ooh, I have feelings for him, but also I'm more interested in this other person. But Zara is starting to kind of have a soft spot for Rowan because of how he interacts with her sister, and also just like how he's showing her that he cares, and Rowan is just starting to do stuff that is just like out of his character and also just nice. And I'm really enjoying it. The sexual tension is high. It's high. The sexual tension. I'm like, okay, so we're back for the update. Ollie and I are reading. Okay. So some things happened and some truths were told, and honestly right now I feel like Zara is being annoying. Like, girl, shut up, get over it, come on. And like, I get why she's upset, but I also feel like it's not that big of a deal, girl. Let's keep it moving because you know you like him. I stopped on page 304, so this is how much I have left, that little piece to this side. So far, things have been happening. Forgiveness has happened, of course, but I honestly now, after finishing reading it and like him explaining himself, I understood why Zara was upset, and so I'm not really annoyed with her anymore. I was like, yeah, girl, you should have kept that going. I've been really loving the fact that the author has talked about Pride and Prejudice, and also I just realized that each chapter of like, for each person there's a different roller coaster. I think that's so cute. Feelings are starting to develop, and intimacy has happened, but like, I don't know, I'm kind of like waiting for the second issue to arise, but also enjoying it. And I'm also like, I need to find a billionaire. I need to experience dating a billionaire. I feel like every girl deserves to date a billionaire at least once in their life, and honestly, it's my time. Like, I really want to date a billionaire. But right now the book is really giving 50 Shades of Grey, like how Mr. Grey, Christian Grey acted towards Anna, but less controlling and manipulative. If that makes sense, because I didn't read the books, but the movie wise. So it's giving like Christian Grey because he's rich and stuff, but with an inheritance on the line. That's what I would say it is. Something just happened, and now she's gonna be like, kind of questioning Rowan's intentions now, and he didn't know at all. And now I'm just like, oh, I knew it. Didn't I say? I said I feel like something's about to happen, and it is. Oh my gosh. I finished it. Okay, I'll update you guys in a little bit. So I finished this book, The Fine Print by Lauren Asher, and I will say a couple things is I really love the representation in this book. Sorry, the fan just came on. I loved the representation when it came to people of color and also like people with disabilities. I felt like she did a great job in this. Personally, if you don't, please let me know below. I also love the details that she had in the book. So each chapter was a person's perspective, and it was either Zara's perspective, and it had this like type of ride, and then when it was Rowan's, it had this type of ride. And I'm like, oh my gosh, just the little details. Love that. As well as the fact that it hinted at Pride and Prejudice. I love that. I love Pride and Prejudice. I love Mr. Darcy. I love their romance story. So I really enjoyed that this book kind of had hints and vibes of that throughout. Now, if you have not finished this book, I just skip this next part or stop here, and then when you finish it, come back. But I'm going to talk about spoilers in the next section, so if you do not want to hear any spoilers, click off. But if you're like me and like spoilers, then continue to watch the video. Okay, now let's get into the parts where I'm like, what? Or like just having opinions on. So a part of the book was that Tara's ex, that was a huge thing. Tara's ex stole her idea for one of the rides and like became a creator because of it. And it wasn't until a couple days after that I realized this man who stole the ride, and Brady, the grandfather, knew that he stole the ride, and he still gave him the position, which blows my mind. And I'm like, first of all, Brady, I don't know if he was sick at that time or what, but that's shady. How you did this ride with Zara, and you aren't gonna call him out and be like, no, you can't be a creator, you stole this. And that was one thing that I was like, no ma'am. When I thought about it, the ex was literally a creator, and so the ex was in those meetings. He might have been in the beta team and not the alpha team, or in another team, but he was still working within Dreamland as a creator after he stole her idea. I'm like, Brady, you knew her idea. You sat there and created it with her. How did you not, like, how would you not, like, you stole that idea from Zara? And that thought came to me after the fact, and I was just like, Brady, you are a heifer, period. The grandfather waited all the way until he sent out his a will letter to let her know, like, oh, you have a creator's position waiting for you. That was a month. Zara waited a really, really long time before she got that letter. And I was just like, sir, and Martha knew, and she talked to Martha so many times throughout the book when she was going to talk to Rowan, or when Rowan, like, she had all this time to tell Zara, like, oh, you have a position on the creators team. But I also feel like maybe because Rowan gave her the position, she was like, well, there's no mean for me to say it. But beforehand, I felt like that's not fair. So Zara has been waiting years and years to be a creator, and feeling so bad about her boyfriend stealing an idea, all to know that the grandfather was like, you can have this creator position whenever you want. Blew my mind. As time went on, I found myself getting more and more annoyed with Rowan, and at one point I was just like, girl, let him go. Forget about it. He is so annoying. I know it's supposed to be like flirtatious, but it was to the point where I'm just like, you're just rude. It's not even cute anymore. Leave me alone. Also, in the same vein though, I felt like Zara was getting on my nerves. She got on my nerves sometimes, because The book I felt was really drug out in some points, and I understood the buildup and why the author wanted to show us like Rowan through the Scott perspective. Each time I understood why she was mad at him. Like, you cannot be acting like another person and then expect me to be like, oh, I'm so happy you're the same person, when I had feelings for both of you and you were lying. And I got that, but also I would have been like, you suck, don't do that again. I feel like I would have been more forgiving personally, because at the end of the day, it's Rowan who I wanted. And so I felt like that drug out. I still was annoyed, but still understanding at the same time when she got the letter from Brady, his grandfather, for the committee and to be on the committee. And then she was questioned like, oh, did Rowan know I was on the committee? Like, did he just fall in love with me because he wanted to get a good vote and get his shares for the company? And so I understood it. I was like, yes, girl, that's rude. But also I was like, okay, get over it. Because by that time I was ready for the book to end, because I'm like, this is a really long book. I haven't read a 400-page book in a long time. And I'm like, girl, come on. I need the ending. That's what I felt. So yeah, the whole time the author did such a good job at making me annoyed with Rowan, but forgiving of Rowan, and annoyed with Zara, but understanding. So it was just like really crazy how that happened. And I feel like that's just when authors are good. That's why I rated it such a high rating, because it was just really, really good. And the writing, it made me want to keep going. So those are my opinions on the book. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to talk to you guys on the next one. Please comment if you feel any of those feelings that I have below, or what, like, if you have read the second one and is it good. So I hope you guys have a great time. See you next time. Bye.